What's going on, guys? I'm going to talk to you today about a book called Pegasus Bridge, and it was D-Day and the Airborne Division from the British Army, the Army of the UK. They were in D-Day, and they were the first people on the ground in D-Day. They secured a bridge called Pegasus Bridge, and the first casualty of D-Day was from the British 6th Airborne Division, D Company, a guy by the name of Lieutenant Dan Brotheridge. His wife was pregnant at the time, expecting a baby any minute, but unfortunately he fell victim to German fire trying to secure Pegasus Bridge. This is a story about D-Day that's not as well known. It was written by Stephen Ambrose, the same guy who wrote Band of Brothers. And where Pegasus Bridge is, when the 40th anniversary of D-Day happened back in 1984, the British government chose to do their celebration there, where Pegasus Bridge was, because Pegasus Bridge helped block a lot of German reinforcements, because Pegasus Bridge was near Sword Beach. Sword Beach was the beach that the British tried to take, or that the British took in D-Day. And the reason they took Sword Beach is largely because the British 6th Airborne Division arrived and secured Pegasus Bridge. The commander of D Company was a man by the name of Major John Howard. He was a brave, courageous, and daring soldier. His father actually fought in World War I, and after World War I, his father went to work for a brewery, and he made the barrels. That was his job. I just have to report the facts. That was his job. Well, John Howard actually had a scholarship to go to secondary school, but economic times were hard, so he had to go to work, but he took a lot of night classes. And first he enlisted in the British Army, got out, served as a policeman in the town of Oxford. Not Oxford, Mississippi, Oxford, England. When most people outside of America hear Oxford, that's what they think, Oxford, England. When most people outside of Mississippi in America hear Oxford, they think Oxford, England, but I'm from Mississippi, so I have to specify Oxford, England in that situation. So, God bless the British 6th Airborne Division. God bless the entire British Army for all they did during World War II. And I understand that we are in, we have an education system now where people talk about British imperialism, and there was a lot of things in Kenya and in South Africa when they fought against the Boers or the Afrikaners that the British should have not done. It's pretty despicable. I agree with that, but we cannot forget their accomplishments in World War II. We cannot forget their accomplishments in the Korean War. Britain, yes, D-Day was the idea of the Americans. General Eisenhower commanded D-Day. He oversaw basically everything. He did great public relations and keeping alliances with the other allies together. He also did that very well. He did great in all that. The names of D-Day were called Operation Overlord and Operation Neptune, and nothing needs to be taken away from the Americans on this. General Dwight D. Eisenhower did an excellent job, as well as the American soldiers securing Omaha and Utah Beach, particularly Omaha Beach. It was one of the bloodiest beach battles of D-Day. This is not to take anything away from the Americans. This is just to remember the British and remember their accomplishments, and we do not need to forget that. Particularly like Major John Howard, he took one of his newborn babies. He had a newborn baby at the time, and he took one of the baby's baby shoes and took that with him to show him how much his family meant to him. And he was a very good husband, a good father, devoted family man. And God bless Dan Brotheridge. He was a devoted husband, was going to be a devoted father, but the Lord called him home earlier than a lot of people expected. So, I highly encourage people to read Pegasus Bridge by Stephen Ambrose. It's not one of his more well-known books, but it needs to be. So, hope everyone's doing well. Take care. God bless, and bye-bye. Bye-bye.